In 1791, a 19-year-old watchmaker named Jean-François Botte began signing his first timepieces in Geneva, quickly building a formidable reputation for producing extraordinarily thin watches. Looking at this panoramic view of La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland, we find the other half of our story, which begins decades later in 1852, when a man named Constant Girard founded his own horological firm. 2 years later, Constant married Marie-Perregaux. By 1856, they merged their names to create the Girard-Perregaux manufacture, a brand defined by Constant's intense obsession with chronometric precision. As this timeline shows, Constant's son later acquired the Botte house. By absorbing Botte's legacy, Girard-Perregaux was able to claim an unbroken line of Swiss watchmaking, stretching all the way back to 1791, rather than using its actual founding year. This merger consolidated the firm's resources under one roof, creating a manufactory capable of scaling its precision work for a high-stakes imperial commission. According to the company's historical accounts, Emperor Wilhelm I of Germany attended a trade fair in Berlin in 1879, where he spotted some experimental Girard-Perregaux wristwatches and immediately recognized their utility. The German government promptly placed an unprecedented order of 1,000 pieces, followed quickly by an order for a second 1,000. The target users were men like this high-ranking Imperial Navy officer. To make the watch viable, Girard-Perregaux scaled down a bulky pocket watch movement to roughly 10 to 12 lingnes, about 23 to 27 millimeters. For survival, they built solid gold cases resisting corrosion, attached metal chains, and fitted a lattice grille protecting the glass. These adaptations transformed a delicate pocket instrument into a rugged piece of equipment designed for a harsh job, creating the first true military tool watch. If you read watch history online, you will often see the claim that Girard-Perregaux invented the first wristwatch, but they didn't. The historical timeline belongs to their rivals. In 1810, Breguet created a documented, though now lost, case for the Queen of Naples. By 1868, PATEK PHILIPPE crafted an ornate gold bracelet watch for Countess Koscowicz of Hungary, which is the earliest surviving example today. But Breguet and PATEK PHILIPPE were executing one-off luxury commissions for aristocratic women. Girard-Perregaux was outfitting 2,000 working men with practical, functionally identical gear. Their genuine claim to fame is mass production. By fulfilling the German naval contract, Girard-Perregaux produced the very first wristwatches ever made in series. But here is where the official history hits a massive wall. Out of that massive 2,000-piece military order, not a single confirmed original watch is known to survive in the world today. They have vanished so entirely that Girard-Perregaux's own museum has to rely on a replica built from surviving plans. The company has reportedly offered a $1 million reward for anyone who can produce a genuine example. Some serious watch historians point out a glaring operational flaw in the legend. In 1880, ships navigated using large, highly precise box chronometers on deck. A naval officer had absolutely no practical need for a tiny personal wristwatch to do his job. Without a shred of physical evidence, we have to ask if the order was purely for ceremonial dress, or if the entire tale is a corporate myth based on internal notes that simply outgrew reality. To test the legend, look at this cross-section of an 1880s hand-wound movement. It starts with the mainspring storing power. Energy flows through the gear train to the oscillating balance wheel. Shrinking it to 12 lings required a smaller wheel, making accuracy extremely difficult. Then came the environmental problems. Salt water would destroy standard metals, requiring the solid gold case. Standard leather straps would rot, requiring the metal chain bracelets. Finally, the era's mineral glass or rock crystals were highly brittle. A single violent impact against a steel bulkhead on a turbulent naval deck would completely shatter the fragile watch face, which perfectly explains why the heavy lattice grille was designed. Analyzing these mechanics shows that the theoretical blueprints were undeniably engineered to solve the exact physical problems of extreme naval combat, even if none survived to prove it. While the 2,000 naval watches remain a ghost story, Constant Girard's greatest horological achievement from the exact same era survived perfectly intact. In 1867, he presented a tourbillon. As we see in this diagram, a tourbillon is a highly complex mechanism that mounts the escapement inside a constantly rotating cage, averaging out the pulling effects of gravity to maintain perfect time. Girard took that technical brilliance a step further. He arranged the internal movement beneath 3 symmetrical parallel bridges cut from solid gold, turning the structural skeleton of the watch into a visible piece of art. His tourbillon with 3 gold bridges was an absolute mechanical marvel, winning gold medals at the 1867 and 1889 Paris Universal Exhibitions, held in this sprawling Galerie du Travail. This masterpiece proves that Girard-Perregaux had already mastered the complex miniaturization and structural symmetry required to build something as ambitious as the Kaiser's naval order. So here are the established historical facts. 2,000 units ordered in 1880, hand-wound, enclosed in solid gold, shielded by a metal grille, and currently boasting 0 surviving examples. What do you think happened to 2,000 solid gold wristwatches? Were they melted down for scrap during economic hardship, lost in the ocean, or were there never quite 2,000 to begin with? Let us know your theory in the comments. While you're down there, cast your vote on who you think truly deserves the title of creating the first wristwatch, BREGUET, PATEK Philippe, or Girard-Perregaux, and be sure to subscribe to Crown Patina for more untold watch histories.